Knuckles show came out recently, and I'm going to review it. So, what's the question? The question is it good or is it bad? And here's the short answer: it's bad. Like, I'm not joking. I'm not going to beat around the bush. This show was bad. This is not a Knuckles show, like at all. It's about this guy, everyone's favorite Sonic character. Wait, why this show does not work is pretty self-evident. And at first, you're thinking, well, this show isn't bad. The first episode is pretty good. So only the first episode, known as The Warrior, is the only good episode, but it ends terribly, because that's when we get to start off the actual series, which, like I said, is not about Knuckles or anything Sonic-related. It's about some random character from the Sonic movies. And a quick disclaimer, I actually really enjoy Sonic Movie 1 and 2. They are pretty good video game adaptations, in my opinion. And the reason why the Knuckles show falls flat, because it takes the literally worst element of both these films. Bad human side characters, which for the most part aren't terrible in these movies, but there are some scenes that kind of don't work. Sonic Movie 2, I'm looking at your wedding scene, buddy. But overall, they work pretty well, at least when integrating with the Sonic characters in a way that I think is funny and actually works pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't think it would work on paper, but it ends up working. But unfortunately, Knuckles, the show, does not have that luxury like the movies do. One of the main problems with this show is that it feels like a fan fiction, you know, like kind of similar in a way to Sonic X, but in the worst possible way. People's big problem with Sonic X was Chris Thorndike. He was a very annoying character who took up a lot of screen time. It was about his basic bland family drama. He wasn't really an interesting character. He didn't have any good dynamics with any of the characters, really. And yeah, now people liked him. Now imagine that, but 20 times worse, and there you got the Knuckles show. Now rewatching this clip, I realized something weird happened during the Sonic X show that I didn't really remember.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Can somebody help me out here? I don't remember this scene happening in Sonic X. I must have been the Japanese dub. Maybe, I don't really know. Anyway, back to the Knuckles show, not about Knuckles. In case you're wondering, yeah, this is the series trajectory. It starts off high, well, not really that high, but then it goes down, 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 down. Yeah, I'm not joking. It's one of those shows. I don't know. Is there other shows like this where the first episode, it just for one season, it just immediately starts off a high point and then just goes down that far? You let me know in the comment section below. You also will let me know in the comment section below if you think I'm an idiot. So you guys can get an idea what this show is like. If you have any plans for watching it, just watch the first episode and then just skip the entire thing. It is not going to be important for Sonic Movie 3, just to let you know. Knuckles has a hard time adjusting to life on Earth, and he decides, I need to train someone to be a warrior, and that's his whole motivation. At first you think he's going to have something interesting going on with his character, but then you realize, oh wait, this is not about Knuckles. This is not about him at all. Knuckles does this, by the way, because he gets a vision from his ancestor, who happens to be Chief Pakamakawaka. I don't know how to say his name still. I guess the show may want to joke about that, his name being confusing to say. Now, the weird thing about this character is that, for some reason, he's just a weird, cranky, weird old guy. It's like, oh, I'm wise. But if you played Sonic Adventure, where he comes from, you know that's not his character. It's Sonic or Tails, so the only thing Sonic-related. And it's only the first half of this episode. And yeah, these are the best scenes for that reason alone. So for some reason, Knuckles decides, you know, this bad side character who is not fun to look at or listen to or watch? Yeah, that's the character that I'm going to follow and be trained to be an Echidna warrior or some bullshit like that. This story sucks. They'll kidnap Knuckles in the next episode, known as Don't Ever Say I Wasn't There For You. Great title. But yeah, he just downgraded Knuckles in order for him to get captured by these two buffoon characters. We're working for another evil guy. An evil guy we know nothing about, and we'll only see at the very end, and he does nothing. This episode is the first time you get to really feel like, oh, this isn't about Knuckles. It's about this guy. I don't like this character at all. I didn't even like him in the movies. He was always my least favorite part of them, and now here he is, doing funny and zany stuff, I guess. I hear people online saying, well, it's not bad because, you know, the effects cost a lot of money. This show doesn't look like it's a cheap show, and even the stuff they do with the stupid side character, they put a lot of effects and stuff like that in there. They're okay. If you want to do a live-action show like this, then maybe either just have it set in a purely CGI world so you can lower your standard of CGI, or maybe make it shorter. It didn't need to be 40 minutes long and 6 episodes, or just make it like a little short, little size thing. I mean, people would watch that, but no, we had to have filler and. Well, instead of having filler, we have a filler storyline that feels like shit. You're wondering, even though it feels like that maybe Knuckles will get some development, we see what one of his ancestors looks like and maybe his backstory. No, we don't get any backstory on it. Prepare to see the whole backstory of a very minor side character in the first 2 movies. I am not joking. Most we get to know about Knuckles is that he likes grapes and Cool Ranch Doritos. The grapes thing we already knew about, and I guess, wow, he looks product placement. That's very exciting, very entertaining. Yeah, it's not. This is just terrible. They don't even do anything with his character. It's my biggest problem. It's called Knuckles. At least give him like mini character arc. Like, what the fuck? Because the first half of the first episode makes it think, oh, Knuckles is going to go through some growth and learn to appreciate life on Earth and not have to be a warrior anymore because he's back in his old habit days. But no, it doesn't do anything like that. He has to teach another character to be like him, even though in the beginning he causes a lot of problems because of him being a warrior character that doesn't need to be one anymore. Yeah, this show makes no fucking sense. They initially had like, oh, we'll have this idea for Knuckles. Uh-oh, our budget sucks. Here's someone else's script about their fan fiction they wrote about as a kid, about them loving Knuckles and them helping them out with their family drama and their dad not being here. Yeah, that's the rest of the show. And Bowling 3, known as the Shabbat Dinner, is easily when the show becomes terrible. Hey, look, there's Keanu Reeves. He's playing Shadow now. Isn't that swell? Anyway, yeah, this episode basically says, yeah, this is nothing to do with Knuckles tomorrow. This is about this guy's family drama life now. Anything that was interesting in the first 2 episodes is out the window, completely gone. For some reason, most of the finale is characters bowling. Like, the last 2 episodes are all about bowling. I wish I was joking about this, but no, this is actually what happens. The whole episode's about this guy's incredibly unfunny Jewish family. Emphasis on Jewish because they keep bringing it up over and over again. Like, is that an important aspect? We're learning about religion in Sonic? What the fuck? This whole episode sucks. They're having family dinner, and I don't like you, sister, because you're a bitch. I'm an FBI agent. She's even not an FBI agent, you know? I thought she was lying the whole time, but no, she apparently is. I don't know. It's stupid. It's as stupid as it gets. And mom's like, you better eat your food. And Knuckles is like, I'm in here, even though I'm doing nothing. Though, yeah, the only good thing about the show is that Knuckles is great for the most part. Every time he's on screen, sometimes he looks a little janky, but, you know, whatever. They couldn't afford to have him be on screen. Maybe they couldn't afford Idris Elba to record more lines than they have. That's my reasoning now. Isn't the fact they couldn't afford it, the CGIs that couldn't afford him. I'm just throwing shit on my ass at this point. The show sucks. 4th episode is just bizarre, and not in a good way, kind of a bad way. Episode title is called The Flames of Disaster, which I thought was a reference to Sonic 06. Maybe it is, but at the same time, it has nothing to do with anything. And our favorite character, Wade, I still love this guy, is pretending to be Knuckles in a fever dream he has, and I guess it has some Sonic references, but overall, you're kind of wondering, why am I not seeing Knuckles doing this stuff? Why am I seeing this idiot do stuff? To make it even more confusing, we have this random monster guy. I don't know what he's supposed to represent. It's called it's reference to Sonic 06, but it doesn't really look like Iblis. It doesn't look like any other Sonic characters. Is it a Black Arms character? Is it Perfect Chaos? I don't fucking know. It's like a piece of shit gets this episode. None. He has to fight his old friend, apparently, who's a bounty hunter. And they sing a song. I don't get it. Also, he defeats this guy on a bike because he learned how to be a warrior off by a vision, I guess, because Knuckles, like I said, never really teaches him anything or really have any interactions, so they couldn't afford the CGI model for Knuckles. I guess I hate this. But uh-oh, Knuckles has his like hat from the OVA here. That means that it's good. It's not. Yeah, you have the hat, but it has no purpose here. You just gave Knuckles a hat. Fuck you, show. It's the main character's father. No, not Knuckles. Knuckles is not the main character. Wade. Remember our favorite character, Wade, and his dad is British for some reason. I don't get it. Stuff like it's a fake accent, but he still does it. So is he British or not? I don't get it. Joke, someone gets worse than from there with the 5th episode, Reno, baby. Joke, is British people just automatically funny? I don't get it. I don't get it. Boring payoff of, wow, Dad, I love you again. Dad's like, I betrayed you, son. Fuck you. I hate your mom and your sister. Well, I hate them too, but for different reasons than this guy. And he teams up with the other people who just came back randomly all of a sudden. Fuck. I love you, Dad. I want to be a bowler. I'm a fucking loser. and I'm stealing screen time from the Red Echidna that everyone came to see. But yeah, I love you, British dad, who's a bowler too. And there's Knuckles, I guess. He's also here, but forget about him. It is also a way of reflecting on the show. What happens in this show stays in this show because it is garbage. Some action scenes, since, you know, it was kind of a thing they alluded to in this spring series. Like, it's Knuckles, he punches people, that's kind of his thing. But no, there's a little bit. He fights these two people for like 5 seconds, and yeah, that's about it. Probably quick Knuckles fight scene. Knuckles is like, you have to go bowling! Go bowling, that is your way. Do you know the way? The way is bowling, apparently. Knuckles fights his worst nemesis. It's not Ken Penders, it's some random dude in a very bland mech suit that looks badly rendered. Yeah, this dude, I guess, gave his goons some machinery, and he worked for Eggman, or Robotnik, whatever you want to call him at one point, and that's about it. That's his whole character. I don't even know his fucking name, not that it really matters. And he's into BDSM, I guess. I mean, it would be cool if the guy wasn't so bland and generic and had no backstory. They could have given that guy a backstory so this fight would have been meaningful, but no, we get nothing. But he won the bowling tournament, and that's what this whole series was about. You can't fuck with me. This is how it ends. It ends with him winning bowling in a stupid freeze frame. I would like, okay, well, at least it was funny, but it's not funny. Nobody cares that Knuckles just walking out and about, like he's just out in public. There's a guy over there. He's not freaking out over Echidna. These guys are supposed to be in secret, aren't they? But Knuckles just pretty much flat out in the open. The episode they explained that away is in the last episode, where it's like, oh, he's just a mascot character. But during every other episode, he's just out and about, and no one gives a shit. There's a guy staring right at him, like, oh, well, yeah, okay, I'm just going back to bowling. Fuck this show. This show will probably have no impact on the third Sonic movie, which will probably be good, based on what I heard. But yeah, this show was a waste of time, and it gave me nothing. Already being a ton of Sonic shows to begin with, why would you need one that doesn't really do anything related to the rest of them? That being fun, entertaining, having interesting characters or stuff like that. You have plenty to go watch, and if you're really into Knuckles stuff, then you're in luck, because Knuckles has his own comic series from Archie. It's incredibly insane and wacky and crazy, but in all the ways you expect a Sonic thing. Well, maybe not. You don't expect characters to die of LSD poisoning in Sonic, but hey, that's just stuff that happens to Knuckles. But, you know, it features Knuckles, at least. He actually has some growth and actually does some interesting character stuff. You actually get to see his backstory. Way too much of his backstory, maybe. But hey, at least it's interesting. It's better. I'm giving this to Ken Penders. You made a better Knuckles product than this. Currently, in the time being, is can I get something good, please? Please? Pretty please? Like, no, seriously, this is getting ridiculous. The last things I've seen in my letterbox are all terrible. Including this, because this is on Letterboxd, so yeah. It's also, I also have the serialized rankings. They're the same thing, but hey, they put it on Letterboxd, so I'm gonna put it there. This is all I really gotta say about this show. I'll probably never rewatch it, because it gives me so little interesting things. Sonic Lord from the movie universe. There's a comic book that has a lot more going on. It has a better mini Knuckles story and just stuff in general. Go watch the Sonic Hedgehog 2 movie prequel comic if you really want to see more expanding universe stuff from the movie verse in general. Or you watch the first or second movie. This show just gives you nothing. It doesn't give you Knuckles. It barely getting Sonic related things or just Sonic in general. You get one side character from the first 2 movies who is not interesting in the slightest. I do not care about his family drama. He's not funny. They don't even do anything clever. Like, he has his old retro room. There's not even like a Sega console in there. Like, that's such an easy thing he could have done, but it didn't. They failed. They squander it. I do like the intro. I'll give that. That's a point. You have a nice intro, Knuckles show. But everything else sucks. If you like it, good on you. I'm proud of you. You liked this. I thought it was a piece of shit. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's not completely a piece of shit because it's 4. I probably should rate that lower. But, yeah. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more stuff. And, yeah, subscribe if you like it. You can hit that bell if you want. I don't really care, but if you hit that bell or not, it's not going to affect me in any way. You can like the video. We can dislike it. Say, you stupid Knuckles is a great show. And, it's fair. It's fine. And you can comment down below. We can say I'm a poopy head. You suck my penis, anything like that. I don't really care. Even lick my clit. I won't do it because I don't know who you are, but you can say whatever you want down there. Maybe. I don't know. YouTube might take it down before I do. That's about it. Bye bye.